without sparing neither the innocent nor the guilty, without naming a victor to the bloody war. A nuclear blaze destroyed everything in its path, including the reasons for the conflict that sent the remnants of humanity back into the Dark Ages, back into the primeval state with no government, no technology, no culture, and no morals. 2005. 19 years have passed from the day of the Great Purge. Both once glorious empires and their loyalists now lie in ruins. However, amidst these ruins, new civilizations start to rise up to the unforgiving sun. From the rusted, radioactive derelict of the old world, new entered states, both brave and wild, emerge to join the never-ending battle for the right to exist on the planet, mutilated beyond recognition by the flames of apocalypse.
All right. What's going on here? What is indeed going on here? So we're gonna continue. Where were we? Right, we had talked to these two. This adorable couple. They managed to find love even in this horrible, horrible wasteland. Honestly, so I feel like this is a little bit more realistic time-wise for, like, how well things have recovered. There's clearly life in the wasteland. I don't know how long it's taken. It doesn't take that long. Yeah, it technically does still take lifespans, but still. Oh, come on, you can tell me. I can keep a secret. Okay, if that doesn't work. The man twitches frighteningly. That's a weird word. And begins to nervously look around. Finally, he sighs heavily, as if he's come to a difficult decision, and addresses you in a husky, unruly voice. All right. Don't start the fuss. Listen, I've got a quick question. In short, here's the thing. I mean, how do I put it? Don't drag it out. What's the problem? Well, to make a long story short, have you ever thought about hitting on a guy? Like, in that sense? As soon as the man fires out the words, he blushes violently. That's not my cup of tea. Nor is it mine. You see, I've never noticed these tendencies in myself before either. It's just that that's how it is. The bearded guy looks around and bends head and bends closer to you. Have you seen that lad at the other gate to the camp? The man casts a quick look to the side and switches to whisper. And I'm not talking about Kasoy. We got Sasha by the second gates. There's this little lad who is running around him all the time. Wears a mask and a hat. Damn it. I just had this thought that, well, darn, I mean, in short, I just had this thought about this lad. And you know what I mean? Now it bugs me. The one with the red scarf on the face? I've got some. Yeah, I don't really want to give away that that's not actually a man. Before you stands a tall man in a dusty suit and leather holster on his hip. He looks nothing like the rest of the men out here in the abandoned factory. He stands straight, his hair is combed, his eyes radiate intelligence. On seeing you, he fixes his tie and says in a calm, measured tone, I'm listening. Are you Dennis Denisovich? The same. And who are you? Your real name, please. Ivan. The boss writes your name in a small notebook. Then he looks at you, as if waiting for you to keep talking. Well, I was sent here by Kasoi. It's about a job. Ah, I see. And why did Kasoi think you'd make a good candidate? You see, we are looking for a very specific type of person. I helped Grishka out back in the village. Oh, so that was you. Grishka visited us after all that rotten business in the village, asked me to send a little gift your way. And that is what I will do, believe it or not. The boss takes out a stack of old bills and hands it to you. There's 300 in here. You don't need to count it. Grishka is a strange person. He can be grateful. Wow, we got 50 from Grishka, 300 from him. Wow. We are just monsters today. So, what about your job? Or, what about the job you had for me? Job. The boss clicks his tongue. I have a job for you. No, better call it a test. Go into the main facility, where we made our barracks. In there, go looking for a locked door. In front of the door will be 2 guards. Talk to the one they call Shishak. He will give you the rest of the instructions. Sure. A man of few words, yes? That's good. Be sure to return when you're done. We'll discuss your future. And we get a level out of that. Alright. You know what? Speechcraft might be a very useful skill to keep leveling. Put that there. Well, that's how stealth works. It just gets used automatically. Okay. Nails. Sure. I don't know how much I can actually hold. Heavy machine gun and anti-material rifle cartridges used by Soviet Union. Okay, 72 kilograms is what I can hold. Who is that? You see a short, nimble guy who keeps watch in front of the undistinguished door. He quietly talks to his comrade, but upon seeing you, he waves his hand in salutation. He looks at you with a crooked smile. Hey there, Chief. Hi, Dan sent me. Are you, by any chance, Shishak? He looks at you with a sly grin on his face. Dan sent you to talk to Shishak. Well, let's assume that you found him. He told me to speak to Shishak about a test assignment. Very interesting. And it would be even more interesting to Shishak if you would tell him that. Or maybe you just did. I don't know. Listen, are you really Shishak? Your reaction is kinda odd. Let's assume I'm really Shishak. The key word is assume. Listen, my friend, now is not the time for jokes. I was sent here by your boss, and he is not the guy to play games with. Huh. Yeah. You asked Shishak for your assignment. That I understand. But where is Shishak? Well, you're in luck. You're talking to him right now. Maybe. Or maybe not. Easy there, big guy. Wait, hang on. Cut the crap. Are you the one I need to talk to or not? Having 2 persuasion abilities is actually really nice, because if one fails, I can use the other one. Easy there, big guy. I was just pulling your leg. You need to speak with that dude over there. He points to the man next to him. Before you stands a broad-shouldered man with cold, cruel eyes. He quietly talks about something with his comrade, but at the sight of you, he turns and looks at you from under his brows. There is an unpleasant smile on his face. It looks like he's planning something malicious about you. Aye, Dan sent me. Are you by any chance Shishak? Maybe yes, or maybe no. What did Dan say to you? Dan just told me to speak with Shishak. The man spits and looks at you with a cold stare. At last he shakes his shoulders and takes out a bunch of keys. He reluctantly begins to sort them out. Well, here I am, son. Shishak himself. Don't pass out from excitement. Shishak starts whistling to himself. He is checking the keys for the second round and has absolutely no plan to somehow accelerate the process. We need to unlock this door, son, and as you can see, there's a whole ocean of keys on this ring. A good portion of them do not open anything at all in the camp. Just been there when I found it. I never got around to sort them out. Hope you understand. Shishak yawns and lazily crunches his neck. He then proceeds to search for the right key. He does not hurry, periodically throwing up some meaningless phrases to a man that stands next to him. He's obviously taking his time. What is the correct one? I don't seem to remember. Heck, excuse me, son. It's been a bit awkward, like, really. Yeah, really awkward. Well, such is life. Time flows. It feels like Shishak already forgot about the right key, about you and everything else in the world. He deliberately, slowly and thoughtfully drives his finger along the bunch, stretching and only occasionally raising his eyes to you to slightly grin. Finally, he snaps his fingers and takes out an unremarkable brass key. Oh, here it is. Well, you see how fast I am. No need for nagging, boy. He's trying to piss me off. Alright, Shishak. What do we do from here? Oh, he's on top of... This is very awkward. Huh. That's a little bit of a bug. I don't think it's auto-saved. In a while, yeah. Well, I guess we'll load up the other save. Whoops. Alright, well, we can just go through the dialogue pretty quickly now. You see a tall man, strong in his 40s. He is armed and dressed like many of his comrades in the bandit camp, but one little detail sticks out. On the sleeve of his thick jacket is a sunburnt tag with a blood type. It obviously came from some sort of uniform. Seeing you approach, the man glances at you as if evaluating your work. If you have business, you better speak to my boss. Alright, fair enough. You obviously didn't make a good first impression on this tough-looking man. He looks at you suspiciously and grips his automatic rifle tighter. Well then. Alright. So, get the job. Again. Loot this area. Again. Talk to this guy, get the experience points. Yeah, level this up to 55. Put 2 more points into martial arts. There we go. I think I bugged it out earlier. Before you stands a mustachioed man in his 40s. He is white as a sheet, and his captors had put a gag of dirty cloth in his mouth. His arms and legs are bound with a wet-soaked rope. He looks around the room with desperation, periodically stopping his gaze on you. It is obvious that the only way to free him is to cut the ropes. Looky here, kid. We keep our guest in this room. He swiftly squats in front of the prisoner, making him instinctively recoil in the opposite direction, and shrunk even more than before that. Shishak then starts rhythmically clapping his hands near the prisoner's head. The prisoner winces with every clap. He was a little tense. His silence made no sense. I saw a little piece of crap and put him in a body bag. Why are you so antsy? Stop shivering. Look me in the eyes, you stupid fuck. The prisoner blinks in fear and carefully raises his watery eyes on Shishak. The bandit clicks his tongue and dabs his large fist to the prisoner's face. The prisoner shuts his eyes, but Shishak only grins and dusts off his pants. He looks at you and spreads his hands. He's a nervous fellow, and a bit taciturn. But maybe it's because of the gag. Who is he? Some schmuck from Ocherdnoy. Talked a lot, cut a wide swath about his money. But was it worth it? I don't think so. So now he is sitting in our luxury apartments. And believe you me when I say that in the beginning I was cautious with him. Just gave him a couple of quick chin checks. That's all. But he kept screaming something in the lines of, I said some stupid things and have nothing on me. He's bluffing, I'm telling you. Let me at him. He will get such a beating that his own mother won't recognize him. Hey, easy there, son. Let me organize an intimate atmosphere for you two. Shishak reaches into his bosom and gets a polished TT gun. He hands it to you. Grip forward. Here's a gun. It has 1 bullet. Here's this mutton head. The rest is up to you. I give you a full carte blanche. You may kill him right away, or excruciate him first. Do as you want. I don't really care, since he keeps harping on the same string. I have no money. I'm not a millionaire. Only the grave can fix him, or some Vigorous beatings on important organs. The bound prisoner begins to shudder. He mumbles something with the gag still in his mouth. He looks at you with a mixed expression, with hope and fear at the same time, but more with fear. Shishak walks a couple of steps and begins to watch with interest. The second thug joins in. You swing and hit the bound prisoner with the pistol grip. The man silently shrinks and instinctively hides his head in his shoulders. Shishak grins and winks at his companion. Look at this guy. That's a man who enjoys what he's doing. You hit the prisoner and he starts shaking his head from side to side, as if showing that he is hurt in some naive attempt to make you stop. Shishak loudly coughs into the far corner and yawns into a fist. You swing and hit the prisoner again. He silently takes the blow. But in the next second, he begins to cry and crawls from your reach. It is obvious that he's been beaten before, so his nervous system is starting to crack from all this. Shishak takes the TT from your hand, frowns, and bows over a hysterical man. Stop screaming, monkey mouth. Okay, take heart, son. This lucky bastard can still come in handy. I feel that he didn't tell us everything. But you also demonstrated yourself from an interesting angle. Kicked his sorry ass like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, the man calls his friends and whispers something in his ear. Then he slaps him on the back and Schneer darts off and runs out of the room. Now go. Let's see what Dan will have to say about all this. He has some interesting tests here. See ya. Keep in mind we are running an evil character, in case anyone's wondering. So we are going full bandit, becoming the assholes of the wastes. I'm actually glad they did that without with flavor text entirely. You see a man in a dusty suit wearing a gun holster on his belt. It's the local boss. He snaps his fingers without looking at you. Well, what brought you here? Did what you asked? Dan nods, extricates a notebook from his inner pocket, and consults his mysterious notes. Then he hides it back in the depths of his jacket and looks at you. We both know that already. You're a curious case. And why is that? You didn't strike me as a man who would easily beat a tied-up person. But it's not the actual fact, but your motivation that intrigues me. Tell me more. Could eat my cake and have it. Thought beating up the captive was the ultimate. Wow, for the maximum asshole. A refreshingly rational approach. I like it. Well, if you're not just trying to make a good impression on me. Although it would be a good answer even if it was the case. It proves you're capable of this way of thinking at all. Good. But the question then arises, how can I use you? Continue listening in silence. Okay, so I had a different task in store for you, but seeing as you have such a sober mind, there'll be something else for you to do. It requires using not just your muscle, but perhaps even your brain power. Yes. That's a little bit disappointing. that's why. So I've had a visit recently. 3 brothers came to me asking for a job. Like in any fairy tale, the eldest was smart, the middle one was neither smart nor stupid, and the youngest was slow as a snail. All 3 were rather unpleasant, but nothing too horrible. An average level of post-apocalyptic cruelty. I wanted to test them. You see, there was a little farm under our protection, not too far from here. Its residents got too carefree, so I sent these brothers to levy the tribute they owe me. The problem is, quite a lot of time has passed since then. I haven't heard from them. I want you to find out what happened to the 3 brothers. Perhaps they just failed the task and flew the coop. This is very probable. Your task is to find out what fate befell them. They might just as well be dead. What then? Well, I want you to know for sure whether they're dead. In case you find them murderers, fair retribution is up to you. But I would advise against any unnecessary heroism. Alright. For starters, I'd visit the farm where they were heading, ask the farmers what they know, and whether they've seen the brothers at all. Give me your map. I'll show you where it is. You hand the map over to Dan, who pierces a tiny hole in the place where apparently the farm is located. Then he returns it to you abruptly. This is the place. Have you got your task? You have. Now go. All right. How are you bandits if... What? How are you bandits if you're an atom? It's supposed to be tiny. Hey, radiating elf. Good to see you, man. You are actually the first person that I've seen talk today. So genuinely, it's good to see you. I mean, I actually do have an answer for you there, because apparently the name Adam is related to the organization I'm a part of. So instead of having the bandits, then we have we're part of both the bandits and Adam. Because Adam apparently doesn't keep tabs on its soldiers. I have no idea how that works. It was pretty good earlier. I think that just there's no one around right now. Talk your way out of this. Wow, speech is actually used. Nice. Success! You managed to talk your way out of the predicament. You are free to go on your merry way. Whee! But yeah, it's been quieter since the start of this stream. Also, I feel like I'm on a downtrend right now of I can't word correctly. Which obviously in a very heavily text-based game is resulting in me having to do some other things. God, both of my games are currently very heavily text-based. One of them is Adam, which is Fallout. It actually is just straight up Fallout, by the way. And the other one is Earthbound, which I haven't gotten working again. It was working for about 30 minutes or an hour-ish, and then things started to break. I've discovered a small path that leads to a giant rock. There's a cave entrance. Let's see. Let's take a look. Cave, 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 cave. Oh shit. Skeleton. Oh my god, this is a really long diary. Okay, but it's just an entry. The reason why this diary came to life is so stupid I feel rather awkward to talk about it. However, taking into account the suspicious events over the past few days, I feel it is necessary to do so. Exactly 2 weeks ago, I was passing through Krasnoznamy. Krasnoznoz's Russian name. I was planning to sell a couple wire rolls and buy some food, which I did. But as I was going to step out of the city walls, a group of gypsies surrounded me. An old gypsy woman, clearly the leader, offered to tell my fortune. The next thing I knew, she was studying my hand with a feigned interest. I expected traditional a lot of happiness, sea of pain. Or a lot of happiness, a sea of pain. And then the demand to pay for the prediction. But what happened next came as a surprise. She let go of my hand and stared me in the eyes, frightened for some reason. He's following you, she whispered. I wondered who was following me, but the old woman didn't give me time to inquire. Watch the skies, she screamed, and disappeared with her cronies, who went very quiet suddenly. To be honest, I was puzzled. Not so much by her prediction, but rather by the fact they hadn't stolen anything from me. I stood there for a while, and having decided at last all of these must be nothing but stupid superstitions. Superstitions of stupid people. I went on, but her words about someone following me were now imprinted on my memory. I have no trouble going to sleep that night. The thought that I was being watched bothered me, and the clear winter sky, I could see from the window brought back her warning. Watch the skies! I was still nervous in the morning. My head was full of obsessive, frightened thoughts. From time to time, I would look around or check on the skies as if expecting it to change somehow. Everything looked just as usual. But then a thought crawled into my mind that it seemed fake, as if the curtain fell from my eyes after that, or what the old gypsy woman had said, and I started seeing some wrongness in the world around. I thought I was going mad. The stresses of life finally turned me into a paranoid, or a schizophrenic. Oh, okay, I see how. Some real weird times. Or both. But then something happened today that gave flesh to my vague suspicions. I noticed someone in the corner of my eye, far away. He was clearly following me. The silhouette was human, but I couldn't make out the details. Anyway, this was enough. If not to disperse the thoughts I was going crazy, then at least to start exploring my options. So, now I'm sitting in front of the fire, looking at the starry skies, and writing my thoughts down. May my diary be my ally, if I'm really losing my mind, or if there's really something watching me. I'm leaving a note here again. This was... What? A couple of months later. Actually, a lot of months later. I'm leaving a note here again. Just a little addition to the first one. It is very important. I'm really being watched. I've noticed a dark figure looming in the horizon more than once. Still, every time I move in his direction to check, the bastard disappears. But I know I saw him. I think I should set snares and traps around. I have a couple of theories about who it might be. The first, and also the most probable one, is that it's the gypsies playing some kind of game with me. I don't really understand what it is they're after. Maybe at some point they will turn up with some magical talisman, protection from evil spirits, or some anti-scientific trinket. If this is their plan, they've chosen the wrong person. These ridiculous tales won't scare me. If they bring their magical shit to me, I swear I will open fire. My second theory is that someone's planning to mug me. This too is possible. I think that's always possible in the wastelands. In any case, I think the traps will not be out of place. By the way, I cast a glance at the sky now every time before going to sleep. And there's something about it, as if it changes all the time. It looks different every night. Today I've got another proof I was watched. I was checking the trap and found a scrap of fabric in one of them. It seems woolen, painted black. The scraps I got had a golden star embroidered on them. Or embroidered on it. I couldn't understand what item of clothing it was torn off. Trousers, a jacket, a coat, perhaps even a raincoat. What matters is that someone's been loafing around so close to my camp. In other news, rabbits got trapped in 2 of the snares. Not bad. My phantom follower hasn't shown his face for almost a month, and I all but forgot about the diary. But this night, I had to get down to it again. At first, I thought it was a wounded animal wailing, or a wounded animal's wailing that woke me up. There's some inconsistencies with these diaries. But as soon as I got my bearings, I realized the ear-piercing sounds that had made me jump in cold sweat had something unnatural about it. An animal's howl is full of pain, fear, and anxiety. This, however, sounded blank, emotionless, like a signal or a siren. People say in ancient Greece, sirens lured seamen to rocks. Perhaps he wants to make me leave camp? I think I was right about his guilty intent. But they've chosen the wrong guy. I know a thing or two myself. It's night again. I was woken up by the rattling squeak again. I armed myself and crawled to the camp's borders. No one. Then suddenly there was a rustling of the leaves under the feet of someone invisible. Someone running right at me from the underwood. In the quiet of the night, it sounded deafening. I rushed back to camp, barely managed to cling to my only means of protection against it. Hey, Tigerful. Welcome. We've been reading this journal that I found in a random cave. There's a horror story in here. I like horror stories. I was running for about 2 minutes when I realized there was nobody following me. So they weren't going to mug me? What the hell are they after? What does this black bastard want from me? The days are still too short to go in search of the gypsies who foretold my fortune. And they must have long since left these lands. I need to collect myself. Oh. Okay. Well, thank you, Tigerful. Yeah, usually I have a couple more people around, but for some reason no one's popped up. My regulars are, I guess, busy today? I don't know. Either way, rare that I get like just one person. Oh, there's Malarthy. Hey, Malarthy. I was wondering where everyone was. So, something I just noticed here. This. The dates are wrong. You're getting food. Okay. Just being nice and watching random salamanders. I wish that I could just sit in my campfire all night long and just tell stories to everyone, and that's what I'm doing. So that's what's happening right now. The third night passed quickly. I had no dreams. I had no sensation of time. It felt as if I just lay down and switched off for 7 hours. In the morning, I did some household chores. I extracted a young roe from a trap. There were no traces of human presence around my camp. I must have decided to be more careful after the last encounter. I was studying the skies all night. I must not have trusted what I saw before, writing my findings off as pure coincidence or tricks of the eye. But now it's obvious it's all true. The stars are going out. I couldn't locate the dimmest star in the Great Bear. Sagittarius string has thinned visibly. What's going on? What game is this? This is Adam RPG. This is a Fallout game. It looks like a Fallout game. It plays like a Fallout game. Its UI is almost identical to a Fallout game. This is an original Fallout game. It's really quite disturbing how close it is. I was studying the skies. Oh, right. We'll see some more actual gameplay in a second once I finish this. I have an idea, or rather a hypothesis. What if the end of the world is not just an expression? What if the phrase we use to call the outcome of the Great War is literal, made up by adding its constituents? A rueful prophecy. I'm wondering if the misspellings are actually to add more character to this person. I think that might be the case. Like the one that the gypsy, But, sorry, just some of these sentences don't flow well. Oh, hey. Hey, crazy gamer. Just being nice and watching random people. Ah, okay. Well, welcome. Hope you guys enjoy the stories that are going on. What if it's not my personal follower clad in black, but the leader of a criminal gang? Or the leader of a criminal gang, but a metaphor of the darkness thickening over the world? What if the bombs fell and killed the light? And now the blackness is shrouding us every night, thicker and thicker. There are even fewer stars in the sky. It's all about to go out. Don't be scared of the sky. Don't worry. Don't run from me. Don't be scared of the sky. Don't worry. Don't run from me. Don't be scared of the sky. Don't worry. Don't run from me. Don't be scared of the sky. Don't worry. Don't run from me. Thanks for the follow. Both of you. It is nonsense. Nonsense, but it's true. Or is it? Yes, it is. My senses can't lie. My memory can't deceive me. I slept like a log last night, emaciated after watching the blackening sky. It wasn't me who left the latest note. It wasn't me who wrote those nonsensical words about the sky. Jeez, it's not even my handwriting. Who was it? Someone sneaked into my camp. It's not safe anymore. I can't stop shaking. Every time I think about him sneaking around, the black figures sent by the gypsies. What gypsies? What did gypsies have to do with it? He leaned over my sleeping body. He rummaged through my belongings. He breathed at me. He wrote in my diary. Leave me alone. What do you want? I'm surprised, actually. I mean, I guess... How many streamers have you guys visited so far? That's a lot of Minecraft Steves. I decided not to wait till morning. I hear footsteps around the camp. He wants to get in again, to continue writing in my diary. So I fled with all the stuff I could with all the stuff I could carry in the early morning. I moved to a cave not too far from my bivouac. It's good here, deep and safe. Just one exit, just one entrance, easy to guard. Don't have to be scared. Please don't spam. If only the cave entrance didn't open up to the sky. I wouldn't know. I would be calmer, less anxious about myself and my future. But I see it. The last stars are leaving the sky. It's pitch dark. There's no hope for anyone. Like, just don't take that personally, just please. Okay, but I see it. The last stars are leaving the sky. It's pitch dark. There's no hope anymore. No more supplies. What the? Roman numerals. It's not incorrect. It's Roman numerals. That's... What in the world is he... No more supplies, just some water in the flask. I'm afraid to go out and check the snares. He won't let me go outside. He scuffs in the fallen leaves at the entrance. As soon as I come close to the entrance, he jumps off and starts shrieking. He never sleeps. He's always there at the threshold, waiting. The same color as the dead sky. Invisible. He's here. All right. That's the journal. I guess he died of starvation, maybe? Wires. What is this? Who's drunk? The writer of the journal, or? Yeah, finally got through. I should mention that generally what I actually do is I do a lot of lore. So if reading is not your thing, then, or I guess less reading for you guys, more listening, then you may not like it here. Oh, the writer. Okay. Yeah, he's not in his right mind anymore, that's for damn sure. What is this place? Might as well get all of this just on the map. I don't know what that is. Were the stars wrong? Or all too right? I think that's actually a creepypasta reference. There was... Nicole, what was the creepypasta about the Morrowind mod? Well, there was a creepypasta about a Morrowind mod where all of the NPCs would stop and say, "Watch the sky." And there was just a black figure that continued to appear to the person over and over again. Don't worry about it, Tiger. It's the weekend, no reading. Well, thankfully you guys don't have to actually read anything. I'm going to be going through it all, though. A shy-looking ginger, bearded man guarding the gates jerks as you approach and cautiously waves hello as if he's afraid to anger or provoke you. This is one of the bandit camps. Oh, not the bandit camps, the bandit farms. Oh, hey. Did you come for the moonshine yet? Petrovich just made some fresh one. I kind of just stumbled upon you, silently look in the man's eyes. The man quickly averts his gaze and starts fidgeting. He looks around as if searching for support. Finally, he wipes sweat off his forehead with the palm of his hand and turns back to you. Well, you can buy some moonshine from us if you want. Ask Petrovich, he's in the house there. You're way too cowardly to be a guardsman. How's your trust gone bust yet? Well, there are always plenty of moonshine appreciators. We've nothing to complain about. Drinking is the main local pastime. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'd like to have a few drinks myself occasionally. So there. The man shrugs tiredly and looks at you with deep sadness in his eyes. This is what I'm like. It can't be helped. But that's what times are like now. Scary times. One has to stay vigilant. Always. Keep looking around. Otherwise, you might get stabbed to death. As my character is holding a knife in one hand. There are all sorts of evil people wandering around. I am totally one of them. Shrug. One could have gotten stabbed at all times in history. Now is no exception. Maybe so. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Still, I think there was less danger before. To both soul and body. So there. Alright, what's the point in arguing? Any rumors? I just don't know much. I've not heard anything. Alright. What can you tell me about this place? Well, it's a nice place. What else is there to say? We live here, that's all. What's the goal of the game? We're trying to find a group of another expedition that got lost. I have very thoroughly abandoned that goal, and I'm now a bandit. So, whatever I want. Currently, I'm just kind of exploring everything. Talking to people, finding out stuff. Also, when I say Fallout game, I mean original Fallout game, not the new ones. The new ones are garbage. Most of them. New Vegas and 3 were decent. 4 was okay, but not for any of the same reasons that the original ones were good. Well, it's a nice place. What else is there to say? We live here, that's all. Tell me about yourself, vagabond. Well, I'm just, guarding stuff, that's it. Okay. Guarding gates, the yard too. Well, there are always plenty of moonshine appreciators. We've got nothing to complain about. Oh, right. Okay. So I think I've talked to him about everything. Peel potatoes, they said. A man around 35 years old is standing in front of you. He is quickly peeling potatoes. His moody face, covered in stubble, is frozen in a thoughtful expression. You can see sadness in his eyes. I'm guessing this is Petrovich. As you approach him, he disengages from his thoughts and notices you. Hi. Well, hello. Go on, then. Maybe you'll kill my boredom. Tell me about this place. There's nothing much to tell. We renovated an abandoned hut and now brew moonshine here with the men. The business is going quite well. We're getting more clients. There's nothing to complain about. Tell me some rumors. We who don't work close to civilization have as much of it as a billy goat has milk. He's not that interesting. This guy, though. This guy's got an eye patch. An old man with an eye patch on his left eye is standing in front of you. He's wiping an empty glass bottle with an important look, turning it in his hands as if to look for the stains he's missed. The bottle is sparkling clean. As he notices you, the man puts his bottle down, and he gives you a short nod as a greeting. A sparkle of curiosity appears in his eye for a mere second before extinguishing. In a screechy, uneven, due to his age, but still confident voice, he pronounces, "Ah, a fresh face! Did you come to get our stuff? Get your loot out. We've got a barter system here. We exchange moonshine for other goods. Although you can sell it for money too, if you have any." Show me what you've got. Moonshine, 51 rubles. Okay. Taters. All right. Welcome back, Tigerful. I will be right back in a moment. I need to get dinner. So... And we are back. I now have mashed potatoes. Anything that I can steal while I'm... You know what? I've actually not tried to use a pickpocket. What is this? Petrovich and Company. Everything for your drinking needs. Can I pickpocket? Tobacco, waste paper, rubles. So, how was your night, Tigerful? Hope you're having a fairly decent night. Drunken lair is not what we were looking for. All right. A tall, lean lad, about 17 years old, stands at the gate of the farm behind the fence. He lifts his rifle in an uncertain gesture, hitting himself on the cheek with its nice, huge wooden buttstock. Good job, kid. Fine addition to the militia. Stay where you are, man, or I'll shoot. Hold your fire, kid! The guy looks around in fear and lifts his rifle slightly. It's hard to understand where he aims at. The heavy barrel is dancing in his trembling hands, pointing to your chest, then to your head, then under your feet. Why would I? Because I will pull this gun out of your hand before you have time to pull the trigger. Threatening the person who is pointing a loaded gun at you is an exceptionally bad idea. The lad shrieks father and opens fire. Alright. I suppose that's understandable. Oh no, I'm being... Oh shit. I've been stabbed. Yeah, that didn't go so hot. Let's try that again, shall we? Whoops, that's the wrong save. Load the autosave. measure the lad with your eye in silence. The rifle isn't lowered a centimeter. Moreover, the lad's scared look now has something of like new confidence about it. You want to talk me around, man? Listen to me. Get out while you can. No, you listen to me. You have to let me in. Sure, I will. Carry you in feet first. Now give me a single reason not to shoot you. Have I done nothing wrong? Or I've done nothing wrong to deserve it. Or am I wrong? The guy grasps his old rifle with his trembling hands so hard that his knuckles go right. So what? Do I have to wait until you attack me? Well, okay, fine. I have another accession. Yeah. Oh my god, my actual reading is just awful right now. Is there actually a setting to make the text bigger? Because the text is tiny. Damn, that does... Okay, guns do actual significant damage. Well, I don't think we're getting in that way. We may have to find something to do. I mean, the random encounters are actually pretty good so far, so we can just try and look around for those. Or maybe just look around the area in general. Find another way in. I don't think we're gonna get another way in. And since that gun two-shots me, more or less, we're not gonna bother. We're going to do a little bit of farming to see what we can do. There's a plane over here. You stumble upon a rat pack led by a tough old beastie. We'll attack them. We need the XP. Stabby, stabby. Oh shit, that's a big rat. Oh no, I've been poisoned. Alright, that's one of them down. I underestimated these rats. Oh, it's Otradnoy. You stumbled across a strange symbiosis of rats and mutated wasps. If you don't do anything, they will surely attack you. Well, we'll attack them right back, god damn it. How many are we looking at? Decent number. And we can heal afterwards. Stop that. I'm moving a little just to reduce the number of attacks they might have. So it looks like they're going to surround me next turn. Okay, that one's down. I think we're fine. They don't do very much damage, and we are killing them at a decent speed. Another dead one. Let's see if they can attack or move through each other. Doesn't look like they can. Okay, another rat down, or another wasp down. Ow, stop it. Okay, we're finally starting to gain the upper hand here. And then we can grill the rats after to regain some HP. Get him. Okay, he's almost dead. Please stop. You don't have to, but the wasps and bees and all the everything, I would like those to stop. Those hurt, actually. More than I would like to say. Similarity, how is your night going? Have you made any interesting discoveries in Cultist Simulator? Oh, hey, it's Pyro. Hey, Pyroclasm. Seems good. Grilled rat indeed. Let's see here. Horned smelt. fry some. What does horn smell? You gotta cook the rat. Oh, that's some good HP. Okay. We're pretty much back at full HP again. I'm happy about that. We got through some stuff. And back out into the wasteland. Gonna head back to Otradnoy. Day has been not what you expected. What is smelt anyway? You are being ambushed by bandits. If you won't do anything, they will surely attack you. Oh, I guess we're entering battle now. How many people? Is it just the two? Oh no, the bandits are just punching me. They don't even have weapons. No, wait, no, hang on a moment. This one's got a knife. Okay, you asked for it, buddy. Oh no, I've been stabbed. Please stop shivving me. God damn it. Oh, god damn it. He got super... Yeah, that was a critical hit. So he got super lucky on that kill. Whoops. No. Back that. Do the autosave thing. You know, I wonder if each of these items on the map are actually something that I can visit. A small group of friendly junk scavengers. Meet the scavengers. I think that smelt is fish. Horned smelt. Some old timers say that fish. Oh, it is. Okay, it is fish. Is much bigger than its pre-war predecessors, which didn't even have horns. But who cares? The mutation prevents it from rotting. You can eat it raw, but it's still better to cook it. Okay. Hello, scavengers. Do you guys have, like, brass knuckles? I mostly like punching people. Toadstool. A scarf with dots. Gunpowder, glass, nails. Rubles, empty bottle. Heard this bandits from the city of Krasnosnameni created an unholy criminal cabal of sorts. They even have their own passport. I hate their guts. I'd kill them all if I could. Well, I'll kill you all too. Actually, you know what? No. I've saved. You all know what that means. Shit. Oh shit, this guy's got a gun. You've seen... Oh. I was gonna say, you ain't seen the last of me, but no, they have. Okay, ignoring the guy with the gun? Probably a bad idea. Let's not do that. Can we pickpocket him? Wonder if there's a nutshot mod. I know that in the original Fallout there was. This guy. I would... Oh, he's got... Ah, no. They're gonna beat me to death with a club. Ow. Actually dealing with people with guns. Apparently harder than you'd think. I may have made a bad decision going martial first. But I'm a black belt. I've got to be the black belt, man. Problem is that unarmed, I'm still pretty much just as effective as a lump of meat with, I don't know, bricks attached to a hand. Meet the caravanners. Do you have fist things? I wish to have the fisty thing. Also, we should probably sell some of this stuff. Beetroot, beer, cucumber, tobacco, flat cap. Hang on a second. Oh, we have like no clothes whatsoever. We have a knife. A shiv! Perks. Oh wow, weapons have perks. Huh. I'm apparently wearing nothing, yeah. I'm still learning a lot about this game, so we're just kind of messing around right now. Can I craft stuff? What is this? A big dog collar. On its brass tag, somebody carved just one word. Zulbars. Four to 13. Effect plus 10 to lockpicking. Five and 6 respectively. Okay, the knife is just straight up better than the pry bar. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do. Oh, that's an antidote. I can make a bag. I don't know what a sinshatka is. Oh, it's a variant of brass knuckles. Fantastic. Made from small pieces of metal that has finger holes protrude from the knuckle a little bit, ending in hard circular part. Yeah. Skill, perks. Stun chance, 5%. Homemade weapon. Okay. That being said, let's sell off some stuff. I don't need most of these things. I'll take the food, but that's pretty much what I'm going to be keeping. These wait. Can we craft fangs onto the brass knuckles? I would like to put these on. Is it like glue or nails? Let's try nails. Oh, okay, fine. Fine, fine. It's all fine. Yeah, I guess currently we are a nudist. We don't have anything except our pajamas. And we all know that pajamas are pretty useless. Wait, hang on. I have an idea. We've got tape. I was about to say, do we have glue? But no, we've got tape. We don't need glue if we have tape. Fangs. Okay, what about nails? Surely we can create spiked brass knuckles, right? Surely? No. Okay, fine. Next chance I get, I'm going to just improve my crafting skill. And we can just start messing around with some of this. If we eventually do that, then we should be fine. And we can make whatever we want! Need logs. We don't need 2 empty canteens, we can keep 1. I need that Redchenka, empty tin. Can we use the swordfish as a weapon? I would love to use the swordfish as a weapon. What is a fen? It was used in the Red Army behind the scenes. After the war, it became popular in the ways some had. Okay, so these are stim packs. Got it. Oh, we've had brass knuckles this whole time. Jesus. I didn't even notice that I have a tinfoil hat. My character is going to look dumb as balls. But you know what? We're going to have a tinfoil hat, and that's all I need. Don't need the shiv. What else you got? You got beer, you got beetroots. Corned meat. Sure, I can probably find some place to trade that. Okay. There's a whole mine in here. Okay. Where's my brass knuckles? There's just a piece of metal shaped to fit around the knuckles, probably made from some pre-war dumbbell. Probably. Let's see what we can find in here. I found a brick, scrap metal. Don't really care about the brick. We can use it as a melee weapon, somewhat amusingly. Oh yeah, babushka scarf. Might be useful. That reminds me, let's put that tinfoil hat on. +5 defense against the microwave brain reading effect. Heck yeah. Oh my god, it really is just... Okay, we're wearing this for the rest of the game or until we find something better. We now have a tinfoil hat on and it's just part of our anatomy. Alright, let's see. All right. Wait. Can I attempt to punch these guys' lights out? They've got a cow, and the cow may turn the odds in their favor. Oh no. Oh god, they've got guns. They've got guns. That was a bad idea. But too often you only realize that ideas are bad ideas once you've already made them. Too often. Can we take a look at this car? We can take a look at this car. So everything that's on the trail is something that we can look at. That's actually really cool. Is there anything to look at? Oh, hey, hello. Scrap metal. Lots of junk in the trunk. I don't... Where are we going? No. That's a Krasnosna Mini. We don't want to go over there yet. Now that we have our brass knuckles, we are fine. We better be able to find some sort of power fist-like thing. What is this place? KP3. So, a short man with a hand-rolled cigarette moldering between his yellow teeth is standing in front of you. He gets more comfortable grip on the strap of his machine gun, takes the cigarette out of his mouth for a moment, and spits richly into the dirt by the side of the road. Rook ordered to execute any suspicious traveler on the spot. Man's voice is hoarse and quiet. What are we gonna do with you? Look at him. I'm just kidding. The man smirks and suddenly bursts into a loud barking cough. Finally, the bout passes. He flinches and looks up at you again. Damn. Yeah, one has to entertain oneself sometimes somehow while standing sentinel. My name's Ketchin. What's yours? Mole, the best shooter in the wastes. I'm gonna go with Ivan Steelfist Podcastany. Ivan, what a name you've chosen for yourself. Yeah, alright. What did you come here for? I'm not an expert, of course, but you should quit smoking with a cough like that. The man takes a draw at his cigarette and immediately gets a bout of coughing he can barely hold back. I'll quit when I'm dead. It's more fun when you smoke. Listen, talking about fun, do you have the dice on you? We could play a game or two. I've got a coin as I've just had a payday. No. What is this place? This is a roadside outpost. What else do you expect to hear? From here, we are guarding the road to Krasnoznany. Fuck. Actually, just really bad at saying that one. That's some work, I tell you. If no one is attacking, it's boring. If someone is attacking, it's scary. I don't even enjoy seeing the merchants who pass through here anymore. They all look the same to me. Who's in charge? Rook. He's staying in the little house, probably sulking as a result. That man is too gloomy. Still, be honest and trustworthy. Or he's honest and trustworthy. There aren't many like him left in the world. Are there any rumors that are fun or not so much? There's not a fun one. It seems to me that one of our good servicemen got badly addicted to devil's weed. He's constantly smoking, but the smoke is definitely not that of tobacco. At this rate, he's gonna end up in a lunatic asylum soon. Feel sorry for the guy. Alright. Here's the secret. You are very nosy, aren't you? I don't want to talk about myself. Sure. Where's Rook? Hey, Rook. I'm guessing this is Rook. These men are very not Russian. A well-built man is sitting in front of you. The soldier looks around 50 years old. This shows in the grayness that appears to here and there in his black hair, and in the heavy gaze of an experienced warrior that pierces right through you. Even his posture speaks of the special pre-war type of training that you'd seen a lot among the Atom ranks. The man gives you a brief nod. At this moment, you notice an unusual lucky charm hanging from his neck. One doesn't need to be a gun expert to understand that it's a live bullet, carefully welded to a silvery chain. Well, what are you looking for, comrade? I can see you've lost your marbles. Should I put a bullet between your eyes, huh, comrade? Wait, I'm sorry. Slip of the tongue. Had a bad day. The man shakes his head disapprovingly. It looks like you're not charismatic enough to gain forgiveness after such a rude address. Alright. Yeah, it's fine. We are actually just that asshole. What about your knife? Is it a family heirloom? The guy throws the knife in the air and catches it awkwardly, nearly chopping off his fingers. Oh, shit. No, well, maybe it did belong to someone's family once. I got it when I joined the outpost. It's a burden rather than a weapon, honestly. When you throw it, it flies handle forward. During sparring, the guy kicks it out of my hand with the very first blow. I tried to peel potatoes with it once and it cut my hand. Keep your perker up. Let me see. Maybe it's not as bad as it sounds. As soon as you touch the heavy knife, you realize the young soldier wasn't just being a wimp. The knife simply won't find its way into your hand. After failing with every single knife trick you remember from the Atom training, you return the knife. I'm telling you, this knife's no good. True. Well, that's... what can you do? Okay. Huh. None of these people like me. Anti-lodestone knife. I'm thinking more of a cursed knife. Aren't lodestones just another name for magnets? A strong woman in an army coat is standing in front of you. Her hands are clenched in a Simonov semi-automatic carbine that has been modified into a sniper rifle. As she sees you, she raises one of her eyebrows and casually nods. Hello, are you traveling? Why do you care? The woman smirks ironically and looks at you in a patronizing manner, as if you were a kid. I only asked because I was being civil. You're a new face here, after all, and you don't look like a merchant. Sorry to bother. Just passing by the fortress. Well, the fortress isn't mine. I'm just temporarily living in it. What brings you here? The woman is looking at you with a slight interest. Apparently, a conversation with you is a form of light entertainment for her. A way to escape the mundanity of life for a moment, or perhaps to forget about some serious problem. Yawn in your fist and respond with silence. The woman rolls her eyes and shakes her head in disappointment. It's evident that your silence doesn't help alleviate her existential boredom. I see. Have you got nothing to say? Well, be on your way then. Guess I'll do just that. Hey. Okay, let's see here. There's a truck up here we can loot. I'm thinking of the stone that can't be dropped once you pick it up. Oh, this one was cursed such that no one can pick it up. That is a dead man. That is a very dead man. Surprising number of mushrooms in this game. We've already had a dream about mushrooms too, which makes me wonder. Nah. We gotta find some place to get something to eat. Hello. I think I found a snitch. He managed to get away. Oh, I see. Well, I should have expected this. I'm disappointed, sure. But I doubt it's all your fault. Thank you for trying, I suppose. Yeah, well, good luck. Find bunker 317. There is a campfire right here, which we can use to solve our minor hunger problem. Fantastic. All right. What's this up here? Oh, this is so close. Just to Fallout. That I don't know. I'm wondering if this is actually made by the same developers of Fallout Nevada, who just took what they learned and made use of it for something else. Nope. You approach the gate of a small fortress. A mustached soldier at the gate raises his hand. Why does everyone have mustaches in this game? Commands you to stop and lazily takes off his safety catch on his gun. Stop right there. He lowers his sunglasses and gives you a suspicious look. So, do you have your papers? What are you talking about? The soldier puffs a cloud of smoke in your general direction and shakes his head and returns the sunglasses back to his eyes. What papers? You need to have a permission to enter, a merchant's certificate. The soldier starts counting off on his fingers. A KRZ passport, a residence permit in Paragon. Paragon, spelled differently. An indulgence paper from the supreme priest of the cult of Saint Slavic. A party membership card, a taxpayer's receipt. Where can I even obtain all those? I'm not an information desk to know all the details. My job is following the rules. Your job is not a hard one either. Provide the necessary papers, then I ask. Or when I ask. If it's a joke, why am I not laughing? You think we're just loafing around here? No! Our service is extremely important. We're guarding the border from a possible enemy. You just like zipped over here. Who is the enemy? That depends. Sometimes cult followers, but more often common highwaymen. This is a turbulent place even when everything seems calm. The man gives you a long look through his dark glasses and puffs at his cigarette. At long last, he waves his hand nonchalantly. Well, truth be told, you're the first more or less normal face I've seen in quite a while. Alright, I grant you my permission to enter the fortress. Oh, so you are the boss here. The soldier adjusts his helmet with the word peace written on it and drags at his cigarette. The biggest boss, the leader of the Wolves of Paragon, a fighting unit in, well, Paragon. We're guarding trade routes. Why are you out here guarding with your own? Huh, seems weird to have the big boss out here. Those rascals? Ah, yeah, we hanged them for robbing travelers on the road. We just happened to catch them and decided to make an example. You understand, the guards should have some fun too. You can check their pockets if you're not too squeamish about it. Perhaps there's something left. I think I'll do just that. Where are they? A knife! Broken bottle, pre-war vodka. All of this is pretty useful. In front of you stands a man armored like a tank. He repeatedly hits his head in a pre-war helmet against concrete blocks and cries out something like a mantra. 1, 2, 3, blow belly. Oh. Judging by other guards paying no attention to him whatsoever, this happens quite regularly. The man does not notice your attempt to attract his attention. You tap him once more, just in case, and he turns to you slowly, as if reluctantly. You flinch involuntarily. His face is oddly featured, and his eyes are unnaturally big and of different colors. He looks at you in silence and blinks, out of sync. You're a mutant, aren't you? The soldier is silent for quite a while before he answers in a muffled, low voice. Don't understand what you mean. You've been affected by radiation, or something similar. Radiation? I don't know what that means. What do you want? The man gives you a long look, then a sudden frown appears on his face. You look around and make a gesture as if to ask, what's wrong? I'm not answering questions. I don't like smartasses. I am just coming off on the wrong foot with everyone today. A giant man rises in front of you. He is dressed in a uniform trousers and a stripy tank top. His mighty body oozes health and strength. However, his grin and the piercing glance of his icy blue eyes are giving you the chills. You look back at the giant as you recall the words of a wise advisor you once heard in Adam. There are fighters whose eyes reflect the emptiness and horrors of the war. Avoid them. They are afraid of death. And when there are fighters whose eyes are filled with drunken ecstasy of the battle and reflections of endless fields covered in enemies' bodies, avoid them, for death is following them like their faithful dog. And it looks like right now, you will have to deal with the second kind of fighter. What are you looking at, son? Don't tell me you've recognized me. Your face seems familiar. The fighter measures you with an annoyed look. Familiar. How come? Don't recall. Huh. Just weird that popped up all of a sudden. Then why did you even mention it? Fine, what else? You want to get to know me better, don't you? You aren't going to try to talk me into marrying you. You should have been born a gal, and a good-looking one at that. Alright, you're lucky there's nothing else to do around here. Go ahead, but remember, most of what ordinary folk will gladly tell you is a military secret for me. Who are you? A wolf among a pack of cubs, on a leash held by a fat cat. Huh. Here's the cub pack. The fat cat, however, or to be more precise, a whole chowder of cats, are in Paragon. I think I've done a good job explaining. Yeah, that's fairly understandable. You're training them. Heard any rumors? I've heard that there's some foreign blockhead who thinks I'm some kind of gossiping broad that is interested in the rumors. When I find out who that is, I'll rip their head off and stick a cabbage head on their neck instead. Huh. The post at a post-apocalyptic border outpost. Cooler uniforms, larger and more serious guns, but the way of thinking is the same as in the old Union. Bribes, smuggling, nepotism, pointless backstabbing. That's kind of sad. Okay. The map is weird. Yay. We don't get anything from fighting bees. Okay. So that's how it works. It's not just a giant square like the Fallout map is. I feel that I may be at a disadvantage here. Oh, he's out of ammo. I appreciate ammo. Enemies actually use ammo. We did it! Okay. Our first human enemies. A piece of tire. Piece of an old tire, dusty and smelling of burnt rubber, is the ideal candidate for the post-apocalyptic handyman. Got a pipe rifle and a panamanca. This gives +5 survival. Sure, I'll put that hat on. Ugh, strong stuff. Some days your kidneys will remember your betrayal, but now you feel much more endurance and you gain some important culinary experience. Well, it's no secret. Okay. Oh, that's some good stuff. We didn't level, did we? Melee damage of 3. Okay. Small pack of hungry wolves. If you won't do anything, they will surely attack you. I guess we're punching wolves now. Oh, you know, I'm a cannibal. I should have skinned those humans. Oh, god damn it. I may be dead. Yep. Well, that was anticlimactic. Huh. I guess we're entering battle. Please don't do that. That hurts a lot. God damn. I'm not coming to you, you're coming to me. Thank you. 21 HP of critical damage, nice. We got a second tinfoil hat. And another tinfoil hat. We're gonna be able to sell so many tinfoil hats. Rusty knife, wire, zip gun. I always have meat. I just realized that I've automatically been looting the meat off of them. And that's why I always seem to have meat. Alright, let's go to the first major city in the game. No thanks. An ordinary waste dweller that walks your way. Sure. Who are you, my good friend? Hey, stalker. You see a profusely sweating traveler in a protective face mask. He straightens his neck and nods to you in a greeting gesture. Hello. What's your name? Evan? You can call me Alexander Cos- I know your name. The mountain pass of woes. Huh. The mountain pass of woe. It's only mildly worrying, I guess. Alright, let's go to Krasnosnamen. Russian name town. Neat. All right, here. Hello. With his hands on his hips, a serious, broad-shouldered militiaman watches over the street from his fortified post near a decrepit pre-war power station. Having noticed you, the law enforcement officer frowns his eyebrows and flexes his massive arm muscles. Well, well, well. This is a strategic object. This isn't a place where you take walks. Have you forgotten something here? What kind of object is this? And why can't I go for a walk here? Are you blind? Do you not see the... Do you need an eye exam? This is a city power plant, an object of great strategic importance. Vital, like food and water. Well, the power plant sure is important. Okay. So we have a bit of business here. Just gonna steal from everyone. It's fine. I'm sure no one will notice. Huh. They got a cult here. Like an actual honest-to-God cult. Look at that. There's a short, disheveled man standing by the entrance to this shed, his eyes darting from side to side as he sees you. Or as he sees you, the man slaps himself on the knee and blurts out with fake enthusiasm, "Hello, mister! Did you kind of take a look at the Pearl of Krasnoznameni?" Still can't really say that reliably. "Today, only for you, in this room we have a real deal mummy of the father of the world proletariat, our comrade Lenin." What, the mummy of Lenin himself? I can't believe it. It simply can't be true. Oh, but it is, the actual mummy. We talk about it. To a true connoisseur like myself, I'm ready to show this unique historic or true connoisseur like yourself, I'm ready to show this unique, historic, captivating sight for a mere 15 rubles. I have trouble believing you've got the... Huh. Well, so, I've no reason to lie. If you don't believe me, come on in and check for yourself. All I ask is not to touch the mummy and, not to take flash photos. Sure. You hand the money to the man who's greedily licking his lips and bowing subserviently. He lets you inside the house. There's another quest very like this in Fallout 2. That's not a mummy. You bend over Lenin in his sarcophagus, which looks like a very ordinary coffin. The mummy doesn't react. Tickle the mummy. You raise your fingers over the corpse, but the warden of the tiny museum jumps up on the chair and rushes to stand between you and your target. No, you can't touch the exhibit. For a second, it looks as if Lenin's mummy sighs with relief. You seem to notice the mummy's breast rising a little, as if Comrade Lenin is breathing. This is, to put it mildly, slightly odd, as he's been dead for at least 80 years. Surprisingly, the mummy reeks of alcohol, cheap tobacco, and onion. You narrow your eyes suspiciously. This is not the appropriate smell for the precious father of the Russian revolutions. The man beckons you with this finger, or with his finger, and proudly places his fist on his hips. Ask me any, even the trickiest question. Tell me about the life of Vladimir Lenin. Mature revolutionary years. Ah, yes, after Tsar's gendarmes executed Vladimir Ilyitch's brother, Alexander III, he arrived at the starving Leningrad in an armored car and in December started the Great October Revolution. During it, the new economic policy was implemented. Kerensky was defeated and political prostitute Trotsky was exiled. The rest is history. I'm not really kidding. I'm kind of in a physical pain from listening to this stream of lies. There's not a drop of lie here. Just a slight exaggeration, perhaps. Tell me about his youth. His youth, Lenin spent hiding from the Royal Guard in a Finnish survival shelter on the shores of the Baltic Sea. During that time, he managed to read Marx's Capitalism, as well as met his future wife, Tatiana Krupskaya, in the World War I trenches. Wow, that's a strange place to meet a wife. Sure. Not at all. It's the truth that people have kept secret from regular people for a long time. The future leaders of the Comintern was bowed in the town of Ulyanovsk. I think I'm saying that right. Now known as Simbursk, in the family of state councilor Alexandra Ulyanova and a mighty bear hunter, Ilya Blanc. In his childhood, Lenin took part in one of his father's expeditions to the far north, where he personally shot a giant bear with a crossbow. All right. Tell me where you got this. Ah, it's a long, entertaining story. Could you be more specific, please? How did you retrieve it from the destroyed Moscow? Have you heard of the secret Moscow underground tunnels at the KGB? The thing is, apart from everything else, I was an agent in this organization, so had access to this tunnels. When the first bombs fell, the first thing I did was to drag a respectable comrade Lenin through these tunnels. I can believe it. How did you deliver it to Krasnoznameni? During the great migrations to the south, I transported the mummy, claiming it was my friend and disguising the leader's true identity under the glasses with a fake nose and a long wig. Vladimir Ilyich was so well preserved that all the people we met on our way were convinced that he was alive, just not very talkative. Thing is, a special balsamic vinegar is used in the embalming process. It's made of grape must, and that's one of the goods still sold by some of the traders traveling from the south. That's what keeps the mummy in such perfect condition. Oh, hadn't I introduced myself? I'll amend it this very moment. Great and Natalie at your service, a showman, as they used to call it in the West. An amateur historian with a philosophy degree from the VA Steklov University, as well as your humble guide to the maze of Comrade Lenin's life. Huh. Gotta be something we can do to just wake him up. I don't believe for a second that guy is really Lenin. Hello? A strong man wearing a headpiece is standing in front of you. He pensively strokes his small, neat beard and watching the visitors of his bar with attention. As he sees you, the man slightly nods. Saludo! Welcome to my bar. My name is Fidel. How can I help you? Oh my god, it's an actual Mexican. How can I help you, amigo? Is Fidel your real name? The man smiles and shakes his head. Of course it isn't. My real name is I can see why. Agdevletov Iskandar Itugan? Oh my god, I'm not gonna... Junior. You can just call me Fidel. Why Fidel? Whoops. Say the password. I don't know where I got this password, but sure. You clear your throat, leaning closer to Fidel. Whisper, treason is the highest form of sensibility. A traitor means a real man. The barman flinches barely noticeably, but otherwise doesn't give himself away. With a nonchalant look, he picks up a glass from the bar counter and, examining it for stains, answers, "But it's better to die a traitor than to live a slave." Having said that, he gestures to the short lad who's running to and fro in the bar hall. "Kostya, stay in charge here. My friend has come to see me. We need to talk, and you follow me." Fidel cautiously peeps from behind the red draping and just restfully looks around the bar. Finally, having made sure that none of the visitors is behaving too suspiciously, he turns to you with his hand outstretched for a handshake. "The coast is clear, amigo. Nobody's eavesdropping on us." He gives you a firm handshake. "As I've already told you, you can call me Fidel. Who do I have the honor of talking to?" No, it's not your real name. Did you want to trick me? You can't. I've seen too many liars in my lifetime, amigo. Let's not complicate things. I'll ask you again. What is your name? The man looks you in the eye and slowly nods. Yes. You're telling the truth. Well, Ivan, I understand that you came about the lost expedition of General Morozov. I'm afraid to have to disappoint you, as I myself know nothing about it, although perhaps have already managed to find, or you have managed to already find something out. Fidel is listening to you attentively. He doesn't interrupt you nor insert his comments. When you're finished, he pensively takes off his headpiece and runs the palms of his hand down his bald scalp. Yes, it's clear that nothing's clear. Yes, it's all rather tricky. So it is. All right, we need to examine this issue thoroughly and figure out what's going on, while also getting in our characters and running errands for the locals. The main thing is to avoid raising suspicion. Did you say we? Fidel makes a theatrical gesture with his hand. I'm going to come with you, amigo. Together, we have a much bigger chance of finding things out. Besides, I'm sick of this work. I'm a man of action, an adventure seeker. Here, I'm tied down to some spying activity, to some bar. All right, Fidel, let's hit the road then. Perfecto. Let me just get my belongings. I think we found our first follower. Yay, we have another dude. Alright, that should make fights significantly easier. Let's talk to him real quick. See what he can do. Fidel is quietly listening to himself. Sorry, whistling some tune to himself. As he notices that you want to talk to him about something, he nods. What's the general attitude towards Adam here? The ordinary citizens, in their majority, don't even believe in the organization's existence. And those who do believe in some ridiculous legend. We're not threatened by that. The local authority, the Chamber of Commerce, on the other hand, I think they're suspecting something. Their attitude towards us is very tense. It's understandable, though. Think about it. You're in power like a king or god himself, but somewhere there's an organization that has enough weapons, resources, and manpower, and it's secret. It's clear that they fear Adam, and they might be right to do so. You. Oh, an attractive, surprisingly well-dressed man is watching 5 strange-looking people in white attire while trying not to draw attention to himself. He's observing the movements of the preaching woman and is listening to the words of her lecture. Having failed to notice your approach, he flinches and stands tall. Oh, hello. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I need to keep an eye on those cult members, lest they do something bad. Why, do you think they might? Of course! You never know what to expect from such ignorant people who oppose the progress. Just listen to what their leader is saying. Only don't take it close to heart. They're all lies. All right, maybe I will listen. Before you stands a bony, middle-aged woman. She looks around with suspicion and constantly wipes her weathered, sunburnt linen dress. What's new in town? Oh, all sorts of stuff. You can buy some sour milk at a bargain price from one of my pals. They also say one official from the Chamber of Commerce started drinking, so now you can bribe him with good alcohol. Another thing is someone recently found a partially built house near our city. I already asked my husband to go there and search it for anything valuable. Every bit helps, don't you know? Nice news. Okay. Oh, man. Quests, man. Quests. I would like to find more out about Morozov's expedition, but I don't know how we would go about doing that. You see a tall, strong man in heavy armor and an Ushanka hat. He turns to you while simultaneously grabbing an automatic rifle hanging from his neck. Well, well, well. The entrance to the city costs 30 rubles. It's a fee. That's not too bad. You hand the money over to the guard, but suddenly he steps back from you. He looks genuinely, or at least it seems so, terrified. Oh my, oh my. How come I didn't notice it straight away? You have Krasnov syndrome. No way, I can't let a sick man into the city. Epidemic is the last thing we need. The whole Krasnov syndrome is just a rumor. There's no such thing. No, what are you saying? It must be the fever talking, but don't worry, we'll figure out how to help you. It'd be good for you to get some help in the city hospital, but I can't let you in just like that. The man pretends to think really hard, then a mischievous grin appears on his weather-beaten face. Oh, I do have a kind heart. I will let you pass. But for 1,000 ruples. Oh. It's obvious that the guard hasn't taken your word seriously. Okay. That's not happening. 30? Really? Jeez, this city is huge. They really went all out. Swamps. Man, they even do have swamps here. Any holes in the wall? No. Darn, doesn't look like it. Okay. I guess we'll explore Krasnoznameni next time. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream a bit early today because I am feeling quite sleepy. Go ahead and turn in. I expect some more of this tomorrow, though. Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be a busy day. Also, expect to return to the usual schedule, which I'm very happy to say. So, until next time, have a safe trip through the dark forest. Thank you all for joining us around the campfire tonight. Feel free to stay until dawn, but stories are done for now. You can join the community at Discord or support the campgrounds through all of the usual methods. Follows, Patreons, donations, and subscriptions. There's also a Humble Bundle link that will get you something in return for your contribution. Thank you to all of my continued supporters, Veritanium, Tenace Games, Rudimentary, Alpha MGZO, and Malarthy. Until next time, I will see you all later.